So what if I told you that there's a version of you right now that has everything you ever achieved in your life, that you can tap into that version of yourself? We call future self, right? Every thought you ever have has already happened somewhere. Sounds strange? Not according to quantum physics or quantum mechanics, which says that you and I, made from every single atom or particle, that it splits off into infinite proportions, and that you can experience a future version of yourself in the present moment of right now. How does that sound? How powerful would that be, right? Does it work? Is there any proof of it? Answer is yes, yes. I'm going to break it down and show you how it works, and show you how you can incorporate that into an exercise so that you can tap into what's called future self. So I use the word future self to make a point to show you that whatever you're seeing in your mind's eye of yourself has already happened somewhere. So I have to use the word future just to make sense of context, but we have to analyze how time works in order for you to get this picture, so you can see how it kind of works together. So I want you to look at time now let's look at time as this big field. So don't look at time now as this one directional thing. So look at time as it's going all over. It's left, right, it go up, down. It's what you call it in the past, in the present, in the future. Everything is happening at once, all right? So that's how you got to view time in order for this to work for you, to manifest, to create big. So when you see time as this multi-dimensional thing, now what you want to do is you want to look at every event that you want to create in your life as a coordinate, like a direction, like an address somewhere. Like say, for example, you want to go to the mall. So the mall has what? An address, a coordinate, has a street, has an address, right? So you got to know, okay, I got to take I-95. I got to get off on 26th Avenue. Then the address will be 1855, da-da-da. That's a coordinate. So the mall is there, but in order for you to get there, you have to know coordinate, but it's all there at once. So that's how this is going to make sense to you, because your mind can't see time as this multidimensional thing. Apparently, it's not trained to do that. Your mind is really trained as a linear and what we call a back in time, past, future time mindset, linear. So your mind won't see this that way. So you have to do it this way. All right. So I'm going to check this out. I'm going to show how powerful this is for you to create your life. All right. So now you see this. So that says now, like, anything you want, there is a version of that future self of you accomplishing it somewhere in a coordinate. So what you want to do is you want to bring that, what we call future self, into your present self to merge. So when you merge the future with the present, it becomes manifested. So how can I merge a future with the present? Here is the answer. In the mind's eye. For example, when you see yourself, we do this every day. We plan our days, right? So we know what we want to do tomorrow. For example, all right, tomorrow, I'm going to get up. I got to go do this, my laundry. Then I got to go to the store. I got to go pay this bill. Then I got to go get my hair done. I got to go wash my car. I got to do this. See, we're already planning. So in your mind's eye, that has already happened. That's the future self. And guess what happens? When tomorrow comes, what? All those things usually get done. Okay? That's how you do that. So what you want to start to do now, instead of just doing regular planning stuff, why don't you incorporate your big dreams and goals into that planning? For example, now you say, instead of saying, yeah, tomorrow, okay, I gotta go to the car dealer. Okay, I gotta go pay this bill. Oh, and on the way there, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna create my new business, which is gonna give me da-da-da. Or I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna just buy this lottery ticket that's gonna win me $5 million. Or you know what? Tomorrow, I gotta remind me, I'm gonna stop and start my business tomorrow, which is gonna generate me hundreds of thousands in income. See how you did that? You merge with your present self with your future self. So the things that you're already gonna do tomorrow, you already incorporate the big stuff as one. Now this powers creation, because here's what happens. Both of your minds now working together. Your conscious mind loves to plan, so it knows the regular stuff you're going to do. So what do? You put in your big goals as normal, so the mind doesn't really get too thrown off. So you get both of your minds coming, and that's merge, and now you get your future self. Now, consider this. What I just explained to you, I'll give you an example. I'll repeat it again because I really want you to get it. So let's use an example. So tomorrow, okay, I got to go to the car dealership. Then I got to go pay this bill. Okay, then I got to go finish this paperwork. In the middle of it, remind me, I'm going to stop at the store. I'm going to buy this lottery ticket. It's going to win me $2 million. Okay, then after that, then I'm going to go back home. And then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start that business that I've been planning. And my first started up online, my first few sales are going to generate me tens of thousands of dollars. See that? Now, that will happen. A matter of fact, that already happened. It's happened somewhere in the coordinate. Because check this out. It is literally impossible for you to have that thought if it didn't already happen somewhere. You can never have a thought or a desire of something if it didn't already happen. It's impossible. So the fact that you can literally produce any thought about something that you see yourself doing, it's a sign telling you that somewhere in that coordinate of that space-time all happening at once, that version of you has already accomplished it. As trippy as this sounds, quantum physics says this is true. It says this is happening. All right? So if you think about that, now you can see. Let me repeat this because I really want you to get it. Every single thought that you have about anything you want to create or do, it has already happened. Otherwise, you could never get that thought. You could never even think of it. It would never come because it's impossible. If it didn't happen, it can't come in. Remember how thoughts generate. Remember how things come into our mind, right? It comes from a collective consciousness. Reality cannot exist without an observer. So if someone didn't think of that thought, it can't come into your head because it never happened. It has to happen in order for it to be filtered to your mind. So the fact that I can think about, okay, tomorrow I'm going to buy this ticket, it's going to win me $2 million. I'm going to start this business and it's going to win me tens of thousands. That means it already happened in a future self. But it's in a coordinate. It's in the same space and time, but on a different coordinate, like the address, like the mall. But it happened. So what you do is, if you start to merge it like this, so every day you think about your normal stuff, then put your big dreams in the normal stuff as if it happened. That's called merging future self with present self. That's how you're going to intensify and manifest your desires. See that? Works. Why does it work? Well, it works because you have two minds and they become one. That's the number one thing that makes them work so powerful, because your conscious mind loves to plan. So that's what you're going to take advantage of. So put your regular stuff in, then you put your big dreams in. So it all comes together as one package, and then your subconscious takes them and your conscious mind, and they both agree. And then you're going to notice, like, man, this thing's really happened. It happened so fast. Well, the reason why it happened so fast, because now you've merged that future with the present. See that? So the thing you got to understand, when we use future, present, is just terminology just to make sense of all of this. So in reality, there is no real future self. In other words, future self is just that version of you on a different timeline. But we have to use future to make sense for the mind to understand. But I think you get the concept. So if you start to do this, that's what the merger comes. And that's a very powerful way to manifest. But the biggest point I want you to get in all of this is that everything that you think in your mind about you doing something right now, if you could just think of anything to do, like, okay, I could see myself owning my business. Oh, I see myself with that job. See myself with the lifestyle. See myself with that. That's not only you're seeing it, it has already happened somewhere. Version of you, your future self. That's right. You're tapping into it. Remember, quantum entanglement. How do we know this? It can happen. Well, quantum physics shows us that particles are made of everything. You're made from the same particle. So let's take an atom or an electron. If you split the electron and you send one of it somewhere else and the other somewhere else, that information, even though you could say it's a cloned part, information is still stored in it. So it could be so many distance away. They can instantly communicate without any time lag. That's called quantum entanglement. So that means whatever version of you that you want to be successful, no matter how far away it is, you're still connected. So you can tap into that. And you tap into that in your mind's eye. So when you see this version just like a regular day, that's what you're doing. So it's already manifested somewhere on that timeline coordinate. So all you have to do is merge it to experience it. Now, we know this is true because we see so many evidence. We see individuals that they get dreams and they manifest. A lot of individuals have dreams of winning numbers, of seeing a business. Guess what happens? A few weeks, months, it comes to fruition. How does that happen? What is that? That's an example of the future self. That's what happens. When we have dreams and we see ourselves in the dreams and dreams come true, that's you tapping into future self. When someone says, oh, man, you predicted it. How did you see that? It's not really they predicted it. It was already happening somewhere in the timeline. So when it comes in their dream and they see it in the dream, they bring it into their present sense because it already happened. So it's not like, oh, you're psychic. I can see ahead of time or predict. No, it's already happening somewhere. You just tapped into it from the future self and you made it into your present self, and then you get to experience it. You merge them together. See how powerful that is? If you can start to use this and to grasp this knowledge and information, no matter how trippy it sounds, and I know it sounds really trippy because, again, it will, because your mind can't grasp this. Your mind wasn't created to fully understand this. And what makes this so profound and this thing so much more intriguing is that the physics and the science says this is true. It happens. It is happening now. Think about that. And once this information, you can use it. You see the evidence in dreams when people dream and win. I tapped into this when I won previous times. I tapped into this all the time because it's a part of your connection. So there you have it, a powerful manifestation secret to tap into the future self.